What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Trailer Park Live right here on the 2nd Street Marvel, where we're coming at you live every single Friday night at 8 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I am your host, Trinity. Thank you all so much for being here on YouTube's #1 primetime Friday night show. It's always a pleasure to have you. Now, if this is your first time here, make sure that you're subscribed and click the little bell, you know, all that good stuff that they always tell me to tell you to do, but you guys know how to do this, right? Now, what I typically do is I go over some of the comic books that I pulled for the week, and then I get in and interact with you all in the live chats and just talk about some of the different topics and things that have happened throughout the week. And this week is going to be just a little bit different because we have some very special guests with us tonight. Tonight I'm going to have Kermit the Log and Snowdub, Jolly from Snowdub Music and Entertainment here with us tonight. We're going to be talking about the Sosoka Sisters' Rabid. This is a 2019 remake of a 1977 David Cronenberg classic, so make sure that you stay tuned for the show tonight. Now, getting started right off with the comic books that I pulled for the week. First one I want to talk about is the Black Widow Prelude issue. Guys, this just released. These are Prelude issues that tie into the movies in the MCU. As we all know, Black Widow is getting ready to be released in theaters on May 1st. And in case you guys don't already know, I am giving away a free copy of the trade paperback of No Restraints Play, written by Jen and Sylvia Soska. Yeah. There's a video down in the description where you can go to and learn a little bit more about that and how to get entered into that giveaway. So, Black Widow Prelude, this book right here, most of these preludes, a lot of them really only fill us in on things that we've pretty much seen already in the MCU. But occasionally they do give us just little nuggets here and there of information that help with speculating and theories and things like that. If you're a nerd like me, you'll probably love something like this because, well, you're a fucking nerd just like me. Now, this book right here, this does dive a little bit more into the history of Black Widow. You know, a lot of it that we've seen in the MCU. Now, if you watched my review that I did of the first issue of this, you know that General Ross was actually going to Secretary. Oh man, what is her name? Secretary. I can't remember all of a sudden, but she's basically on the World Council. She was in Captain America: Winter Soldier. She was the one that Black Widow impersonated towards the end when they took down Alexander Pierce. Remember, and she took off the face spoofer that she had. Yeah, that one. Councilwoman Holly. Yeah, that's her name, Councilwoman Holly. So he's sitting there talking to her about Black Widow, saying that they need to bring her in, that she has information that they need. She's in violation of the Sokovia Accords. They need to get her. And Councilwoman Holly actually has a connection to Black Widow. She likes her because she saved her life during the events of, you know, Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So Ross is sitting here explaining to her why they need her. What, you know, some of the things she's done in the past. They're kind of explaining a lot of Black Widow's history. And there's really not a whole lot in this book, but there are just the slightest few little things. As we all know, it's rumored that General Ross is going to be coming out as the Red Hulk in the She-Hulk series. So I'm guessing the seeds for that have already been planted, really. Some of that kind of plays into this book a little bit, why they are looking for Black Widow, what they're doing. And really what's going on in this book is the fact that that's where General Ross is getting the resources to track down Natasha Romanoff to bring her to justice. You know, in the trailers that we've seen, you know, he's in a foreign country and he's pulling up, you know, and they've got their Escalades and all that stuff. They're there to get Black Widow and take her into custody and all this kind of stuff. Well, you know, because he's only his only jurisdiction is in the United States. But in this book, he's basically asking Councilwoman Holly for her resources, her United Nations resources to bring in Black Widow. And so there's some of that stuff going on in this book. Very interesting book, Black Widow. Prelude, issue number 2 of 2. So this is the last one, guys. And I talked a little bit about that on Wednesday here during the on my morning live stream show. So yeah, that's all I've got for that one. The next one I want to talk about here is Wolverine. But along with Wolverine this week, we also got a new issue of Marauders. These are 2 of the new titles coming out of the Dawn of X series, in which Jonathan Hickman has pretty much rebooted the X-Men in the Marvel Universe. If you haven't been paying attention, you should definitely go back and read some of them. My favorites. Definitely make sure you read House of X and Powers of X. It should be available on trade paperback at a local comic book shop near you. But also, if you're going to keep up with any of the titles, my favorite out of all the titles have been X-Force, Marauders, and the other one, oh man, X-Force, Marauders, and X-Men. Yeah, X-Men, obviously. Those are the 3 I've been pulling. So Wolverine is another, I believe this is just going to be a mini-series spinning out of the Dawn of X. Now, I talked a little bit, I did a live stream just yesterday talking a little bit about this one. I unlisted the video and everything just for various other reasons. Just because it was kind of a test, I'll probably drop a video talking more about these theories. But this book has 2 stories in it, and the first story is the one I really wanted to concentrate on talking to you guys about here. The second story is called The Catacombs. He basically goes to Paris and he investigates some vampires and stuff, gets caught up with some vampires, gets some help from a lovely lady that he kind of had a thing with, you know, or a thing for, I guess. To get away from the vampires. We learn a little bit of interesting stuff here about Wolverine's blood, the vampires, and different things like that, as it may somewhat tie into some of this first story in here. Now, this first story in here is interesting because we see that Wolverine is basically waking up and he's killed all of his X-Force teammates. But then we get this flashback here to Krakoa, where he's going to have this conversation with Kate Pryde, who is still alive at this point. She wasn't dead, like she just got killed in X-Force issue number 5. So he's sitting there having this conversation with her, and then we get introduced into this character right here, who is a CIA agent who's investigating these new drugs. You can see right there he's investigating this murder that's going on in this, what looks like this drug lab. And he finds it very peculiar. He's there digging around, looking for stuff, and he's saying, hey, it's strange about this place. He says, most drug labs make me feel like I'm sucking on the tailpipe of a bus, burning hot garbage for fuel. But this place, it smells like gardens and grandmas. Floral. Interesting, because in I think it was X-Men issue number 2, we met the Golden Girls. Remember that? But we also get this right here talking about pollen, which is this drug that he's talking about right here. And people are basically taking Krakoan flowers because the mutants have these drugs that are dealing to the humans that gives them a longer life, gets rid of certain other ailments and things like that. So they're talking a lot about his career and this new drug called pollen that is being manufactured out of these Krakoan drugs. And that's really what this deals with. Then we see the X-Force basically goes off and investigates where all these missing flowers and these missing product are coming from. They end up coming onto the Order of X, who are these weird people who worship the mutants, and they basically throw themselves at the mutants to try to have their babies and all this stuff when they come out of the Krakoan gates. But these people right here, these Order of X people, they actually believe that if they eat the mutants, that they will ascend and become part of the mutants. So there's some real weirdos out there. But what we learn here is, aside from that, is this guy that's investigating. We've also got this guy right here. This guy that got his eye taken from this. I don't know, was some crazy lady that Wolverine is going to track down. And so what we get here, though, is this Big Lebowski type CIA agent guy. He's there wanting to set up an investigation about the Krakoan drugs, because he's talking about how the mutants must control the regular market and the black market, and he wants to purchase some drugs, right? So it's very interesting. I don't hear a whole lot of people talking about this. I've been theorizing about who this character is, this Big Lebowski. type character in here. Just from his mannerisms, his demeanor, his the way he feels about things, the way he talks, reminds me of a lot of what's going on in Marauders, where the Marauders, this book is dealing with the Hellfire Trading Company and Kate Pride, who is the Red Queen, and basically runs the Marauders. And what the Marauders do is they deliver all the crack cocaine drugs through the black market and the regular market. So they're in control of all of it. And we've been getting these letters throughout this whole series from this guy that got these top secret letters in here. It says top secret for basically for privileged eyes only. And we've been getting a series of them talking about different things out there going on in the mutant world. I believe this is the only issue we have. This one didn't have one, I don't think, where they're talking about some of those top secret things. But basically, what's been going on is there's somebody that's been sending these messages out there from the government who have been tracking the drugs and tracking the Marauders and how they've got 3 different ships and all these different things. Well, one thing I don't hear anybody talking about is how this guy that's in this Wolverine issue #1 book, the guy that we meet here, Jeffrey Lebowski, I think he's the guy that's writing the top secret files that are being presented in the Marauders book. I think it's the same character. And I don't hear anybody else talking about this. Maybe somebody else is. I haven't watched all of everybody's videos that's talking about this Wolverine issue. But I think the CIA agent that we meet in Wolverine is definitely the same guy that's writing the top secret files from the X desk here in the Marauders issue. But I don't know. If you guys have been keeping up with it, let me know what you think down in the comments below. Because I'm telling you, like, I don't hear many people talking about it. And hey, you guys heard that here first. Don't act like you did. And I'm the one talking about Jeffrey Lebowski being the guy that's writing all the pages in those white pages in the Marauders book. Yeah, anyway. Somebody else probably picked that out. I'm no genius here or anything. Now, the next one I want to talk about is The Amazing Mary Jane, issue #5. Guys, I've absolutely loved this series. You guys know I've been flapping my gums a lot about it, and I'm sure there's plenty of you guys out there that are sick and tired of hearing me talk about this book. But you know what? I have to keep praising this book because Leah Williams is a writer I've been critical here of on the channel, and she was highly suspect in my book until I started reading this one. I'm telling you, like, I didn't really like her writing. I read Amazing Mary Jane issue #1. I read it like 3 times. I'm like, can this really be that good? Seriously? Marvel, you can write a great book that I look forward to every month, and it's a regular person, not even a superhero with no superpowers or anything out there, just doing regular stuff that I can do. And this is some of the best titles you have to offer? Really? I mean, I'm loving this series, but come on, like, I'm glad that Amazing Spider-Man has been picking it up, so I don't only have this one to praise, because, I mean, Black Cat's actually been pretty good. That Gwen Stacy that released last week was actually pretty decent. So you're lucky that Nick Spencer has been stepping it up, and you guys need to stop doing all those tie-ins for Spider-Man. But guys, Amazing Mary Jane, issue #5, has been really good. A great, just fun, delightful story. I mean, that's really all I can say is it's pleasant. It's not bad. You know what I mean? And that's a good thing. That's a good thing, but it's bad for Marvel because I'm wanting a book that's not even a superhero book. I actually look forward to reading this more than I look forward to reading Captain America. Right? I know. Anyway, guys, that's it for the Marvel books. The next one I want to talk about here is Machine Girl, issue #4. Guys, this one is full of smut, in case you can't tell. I'm kidding. It's done by Stonebot Comics, but it's actually being published and distributed by Red 5 Comics. Now this book right here, it's pretty good. It's a story kind of like, Alita Battle Angel a little bit. Like, there's this girl, she is a cyborg, but she's pretty much like a human. She has like a lot of the same characteristics of the human, and she can actually have babies. Now what happened was her father had actually invented her, and he had actually invented these things called cybergens, and they ended up being enslaved by these other people, the Yulanti, that we have learned about through the course of this book. So this is the final book of this particular story arc. It was only 4 issues. And I've got to say, like, I've got to go back and read, maybe do some more in-depth reviews of issues 1 through 4 here to bring you guys this review. I actually thought this series was a little bit good. I think in 4 issues it seemed a little bit rushed. I think the storytelling could have been a little bit better here to get me more emotionally connected to the characters. But what's going on in here, I don't really have any complaints with. Just the fact that it's 4 issues is, I think, its downfall. Because I think if they had 5 issues, they could have fleshed this story out a little bit more and made it just a little bit better. But yeah, this character Megan, she's in here. She kicks plenty of ass. I'll show you guys some of the art there. Oh, I know you guys want to see it. Ooh, I'm telling you guys. And yeah, see, here's a little bit more you can check out there. But all in all, I mean, like I said, I thought this series here was actually pretty decent. It was only 4 issues, so that's why I decided, hey, you know what? I'm all in for 4 issues. Nice little mini series. But the way this one ends up looks like it's going to be leading into an issue number 5, maybe a second story arc. So that's definitely something pretty cool, right? Isn't that cool? So the next one I want to talk about here, Vault Comics, one of my favorite publishers, guys, Sarah and the Royal Stars, issue number 6, guys. I've reviewed a lot of the issues here, I think 1 through 3, and then I also did issue number 5, maybe, I can't remember. You can find them here on the channel. But Sarah and the Royal Stars, this is the second story arc of Sarah and the Royal Stars. I've really liked this one. In this book, basically, Sarah is going out to defeat these, she's going out to defeat the stars of Draco are also stars. They represent the star constellations. They entrapped, they basically trapped some of these other stars on Earth, so now the seasons won't change. Sarah went out to set them free, but now these stars are still under this curse that were set by the stars of Draco, and they have to set out to undo what they have done. And basically to do that, they find out that they have to go kill the stars of Draco, and this is something that goes against their own morals. But basically, these sisters that they go to talk to, we got Antares, Aldebaran, and I can't remember the other guy's name. They go to these sisters to find out, to get some help, and I'm telling you guys, yeah, woo, yeah, we got some boobies in this book, guys. Now, so they go to these sisters and ask them, you know, hey, like, we need some help. What do we do? And they basically tell them, hey, well, you've got to kill these stars, and they're like, we can't do that. That's not what we do. And they're saying, well, it's either you kill them or the Earth dies, existence dies. So that's pretty much what the plan is. But Sarah was actually walking into a trap, and they were all separated. They went their separate ways. They had to go save Sarah's ass and keep her safe so she didn't die. Very good book. Sarah and the Royal Stars, issue number 6 was a great issue. If you guys, I'm telling you, if you guys want a good fantasy series, female-led comic book, this is it. This is a really good one. I like what they're doing here. They're actually playing on the lore of these astrological beings as well. So some very good things in there. And I learned some of that just by way of one of the viewers here on the channel, that is Shady Endeavor, was telling me about some of that, you know, how he's, you know, kind of into that kind of stuff. And I read that, and he told me that. I was like, oh, interesting. So I've really been enjoying this book. So they're actually kind of using it as a teaching tool while telling a very fun tale here, a medieval fantasy tale. Very good book, Sarah and the Royal Stars. Definitely go and check it out. I think it's one that you guys should check out. You might enjoy it. I really enjoy it. I think the art in the book is pretty nice. I showed you some of it there. But I think the art in the book is pretty nice. It matches the tone of the story. The story itself is really well written. This book is written by John Suey. And the artist is Audrey Mock. Rao Angulo is the colorist, and the hardworking Jim Campbell is the letterer. So, guys, this is one of my favorite books, I'm telling you. And Vault Comics has been putting out some really great titles. Now, the next one I want to talk about here is Heist or How. Heist or How to Teach Consent, issue number 4. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. It's Heist or How to Steal a Planet. What was I thinking? Heist or How to Teach Consent? What am I talking about here? Right? Guys, we all know the comic book industry. A lot of people are out there talking about, like, oh, keep your personal politics and all this stuff. Keep them out of comic books and yeah, I get it. I get it to a certain degree, but for me, I've been talking about here on the channel for a while that if you wanted to do those, put your personal politics or personal messages, you know, your identity politics or anything in a comic book, create an independent story, create your own story. That's what Vault Comics does. That's what a lot of these publishers do, and this has some of that in there. I'll get into that in just a minute. Heist or How to Steal a Planet is kind of like Guardians of the Galaxy meets Ocean's 11, and I got that analogy from the Ocean's 11 analogy from Edwin, the comic book jabroni. You guys should make sure you go check out his channel, because he's the one who pointed that out. I was like, yeah, it's kind of Ocean's 11. He pointed that out, and I was like, but it's like Guardians of the Galaxy. This guy, Glenn here, Glenn Breville, I can't remember, Glenn Brindlefly. Glenn Breld. He's out trying to set up some people to steal a planet that he has actually stolen before and sold to the Dignity Corporation, but not necessarily. They're going off to pull off this heist to get the planet back for the people because they're all kind of enslaved by this guy who runs the Dignity Corporation. It's just a heist story, all right. So that's what they're doing. The first 3 issues were like, we got introduced to the characters. Issue number 2 and 3 were building up, where he was building up his team and building up the plan and getting the supplies they need for it. Issue number 4 here, we get a lot of the setup. They're getting ready. They're going through the heist. They're talking about the timestamps and everything that's going on throughout this story. It's been very good. This was a very good series where we see they are now putting their plan into action to actually steal this planet back. Now, the funny thing I think is this issue is really good. It's really entertaining until we get here. At some point, this stuff always has to be brought up in comic books. You know what I mean? Like, we're getting this stuff here. So we're throughout this part, Glenn Breld is going to, he's in there, being sneaky. Like I said, it's like Ocean's 11. His plots unfolding, and he wants to be a smart ass. He wants to do something like ha ha ha, like I got one on you. But he's talking about he's like, at 8:51, I find myself so bristling with emotion that I can't tamp it down. I find myself asking City Cobb for a kiss. He's asking her for a kiss, which she's like this, she's an actress. And he says, because there are, in fact, certain things it's wrong to steal. He goes up to her and says, my name is Glenn Breld, the world's most notorious con man and a miserable wreck of a human being, attending this party in order to steal valuable documents. Can I have a kiss? He's being honest with her, right? And she says, hell yes you can, you piece of shit. And then she goes ahead and gives him a kiss, right? You can see that right there. She goes ahead and gives him a kiss. And then look what happens right here in this next panel. One of the people that's there with him to pull off the heist says this. Look at that. What'd she say right there? She says, aw, consent is a beautiful thing. And she says, and speaking of consent, since you're in the kissing mood, may I? And he says, not when you're wearing Oscar Wilde's underwear, you can't. So I just thought it was kind of funny. Like, this whole book has been really good, and then all of a sudden, it has to come from somewhere, doesn't it? It has to come from somewhere. Like, I'm telling you, look at it. Like, you can't, you can write this stuff, but like... So basically, the first 3 issues, or the first 4 issues, were only written so this writer could tell us and teach us, sick, gross men, about consent. I know. I thought it was hilarious. Now, guys, I know there's a lot of people have a lot of varying degrees about stuff like that, putting messages in books and things like that, personal politics and all that kind of stuff. I don't think that's this, but this I actually thought was pretty funny. Like, if I would have seen this in, like, Amazing Spider-Man or something, all of a sudden I would have been like, what? A little out of place, but I mean, the setup was good and everything in here. I had no problem with it. I thought it was actually kind of funny, but I was sitting there reading and it was a kind of a slap across the face, and I was kind of like, where'd that come from? Why'd they even have to, like, all they had to put was him going to ask her for a kiss. He said that the one thing you cannot steal, and then he asked her for a kiss, and that was it. Like, you can teach it that, you don't have to beat me over the head with it, but regardless, I'm not sick of it. I mean, I thought it was kind of funny. It was the one thing in this book. I just thought it was kind of odd. I'm like, what's going on here? Yeah, anyway, I don't know. I thought it was kind of funny. It fits in this book. Like I said, that's why I say that's what independent books are for. If you want to do those kinds of things, put personal politics, agenda-based politics, anything like that, do it with an indie book. Write your own story. Don't do it with all those books that we all love so much. The ones that get people all mad when people go through and change them. You know what I'm talking about. Don't act like you don't. Don't act like you don't know what I'm talking about. But anyway, guys, that's all I have for the comic books this week. Like I said, this week we got a good show planned for you. We're going to bring some guests on here on the show. But first, we're probably going to get in and talk about a few other things before we get into that. But guys, let me know what you guys think about any of these comic books. If you have plans on reading any, if there's more you'd like me to do some more in-depth reviews on, I will probably do a little bit more of that. Now, I normally do my show on Saturday with Dylan from Dylan's Comics and Chris from Chaos and Comics, but this Saturday I won't be able to. Going out of town, my daughter's having a birthday next week, so we're going to take her out and have a good time this weekend. It's going to be great. But look forward to the music show coming on Sunday. And maybe we've got something else we're going to plan there. We might be stealing somebody else's idea for that. Maybe not this Sunday, but hopefully coming up very soon. So that's all I got for my comic books, guys. Like I said, we're going to go ahead and get into the rest of the show. Thank you all so much for being here. Make sure if you want, there are links down in the description where you can send direct donations in, or you can become a monthly Patreon supporter, or you can even send in super chats. All that stuff is greatly appreciated. I'm going to go ahead and hop off the camera here, get on my computer, and we'll continue on with the rest of the show. What's up, everybody? Hope you're all having a very good night tonight. Here we are on Friday. Man, can you believe that February is almost over? I hope you're all having a very good night tonight. I see we got one super chat here at the very beginning of the show. Actually, it came before the show started. You can also send in direct donations via Streamlabs and all of those things. I greatly do appreciate it. So, guys, please give me just a minute while everything gets ready to load up here, because right now I am running through OBS and we're getting ready to switch over to StreamYard so we can bring our guests in. It's going to be just a minute. Like I said, it may seem like things are lagging here on the screen, but I can assure you guys it'll be okay. Okay, it's going to be okay. Maybe you might have to refresh your browser or something, but give it just a minute. Give it just a minute and everything will be all good. Everything will be all good. You won't even know anything's happening. We'll bring our guests on. It'll be a good time. Okay, let's see. It'll be a good time. Okay, let's see. Is this gonna work? All right, there we go. How are we looking, guys? Let me know down in the comments. We should be good. Should be good. We should be good. All right. So anyway, everybody, yes, as I said, tonight we are going to have some special guests on. We're going to be talking about the Soska Sisters 2019 remake of a David Cronenberg classic, and that is going to be Rabid. Now, what I did was, because I love our two guests, man. These dudes are absolutely awesome. I'm going to bring them in just a second. These are some great dudes, and I love the Soska Sisters. They've been really awesome. You can see I'm wearing my Frieza Soska Sisters shirt when they were out promoting the movie. They got their Twitter banned and everything because they shared an image of the movie. It was pretty crazy. They wrote my favorite comic book of last year. I'm doing a giveaway of that. That is the Soska Sisters. It's Black Widow, No Restraints Play. There is links down in the description where you can go and follow that. You can go there and watch the video and learn how to get entered into that giveaway. Pretty much you got to be subscribed to the channel and, all that good stuff, and watch the video and do what I tell you to do in there and be a resident of the United States. But guys, tonight we do have some very special guests with us. And let me get this other thing shut off. And tonight, our very special guests are Kermit the Log and Jolly from Snowdub Music and Entertainment.
Oh, we're live. Put that away. Put that away. Sorry. Hey, what's going on, guys?
Hi, Trinity.
Oh, is that me?
Can you not hear us?
Why don't I hear your audio?
Can you guys hear me?
I can hear you, Kermit. K-Log?
Yeah, I can hear you too, Snow.
For whatever reason, I can't hear your audio on my end, but I can.
Yeah, fuck him. So welcome back to the Rabid and Bigot Show.
All right, hold on. What's going on here? I can see. All right, here we go. I think that's it right there.
Is that it?
Yeah, there we go.
All right.
I'm doing great, Trinity. How are you?
Doing good, man. Doing good. Glad to finally get together with you guys again, man. It's been far too long.
That's what she said.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what they always say to me. But you know that, Trinity.
Right.
Oh yeah. So why don't you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves? Kermit, go ahead and go first, and then Jolly, let everybody know who you are and what you do, and then we'll go ahead and get into this.
Yeah, I'm Kermit the Log, and I do all types of ill shit. I have a comedy channel and a horror. I do comedy and horror, and I'm very fucking entertaining, and I think you guys will love me.
All right. Yes, definitely.
Okay.
All right. And let them know, Jolly, who are you?
I'm Jolly the Conservative Puppet. I'm known to do some rapping here and there. I do a great show called The Rabid and Bigot Show with my co-host up there, that guy wearing the pig mask. And yeah, we just do puppet antics, great content, movie reviews, stuff like that, and streaming on the Trailer Park Live with great friends like my boy Trinity here, Second Street Marvel.
All right. Yes, and guys, thank you guys for coming on, man. Like I said, it's been far too long, man. Been far too long. This is I would say this is definitely long overdue to bring you guys back. And and I know I've had you guys both on the Trailer Park Live, but both separately. Was that separate times? So now we're all here together.
Hey, we're all potting on the inside. So thanks for having us on, though, Trinity. It has been too long, and I know we're both glad to be here.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely. Yep.
Oh yeah.
In fact, I got a full chubby right now.
Oh yeah. You don't even want to know. So do I.
And I'm really excited to discuss what we're supposed to discuss tonight.
We're not talking about our peens?
Well, maybe a little bit. Maybe
okay, good.
maybe how this movie made your peen feel. So anybody out in the that's out there watching right now, have you all seen the Soska Sisters remake of Rabid? Have you guys seen it? Let us know down in the comments below. And if you have, what did you guys think about the film? So I guess we'll go ahead and start off. We'll go ahead and start right off, guys, with what did you guys think about the movie?
Well, I think I liked it, but I might be in the honeymoon stage.
Okay.
I mean, I think for once I might believe that it's true that there can be good female filmmakers.
Wow.
Yes, definitely. And what about you, Jolly? What did you think about it?
Well, I'm old school, so I'm a big fan of Cronenberg. He, a lot of people know him. Probably his most famous movie is The Fly. He's also done other great movies like Scanners and History of Violence. So, when I saw this, I was like, ooh, a remake. I'm not sure. But I do know it was one of his older ones that was pretty low budget. It actually had a porn actress that starred in that one, by the way. Yeah, interesting fact about that. But so I started watching this one, and I thought it was really good. I thought there were some really good scenes. I thought there's some good special effects. I was captivated by the main actress. I thought she was pretty good, and her disfigurement was very interesting. But then the movie kind of took a left turn on me, but I think we can get into that a little later. Yeah, we'll get into that a little later. Yeah,
I like the way it turned. I liked it as the film went along. More.
I don't know. I'm kind of on the fence with that one. There's a certain saying that threw me off.
Okay. What I can say is it felt a little all over the place. Like it was like The Devil Wears Prada, but like Papa's face instead, But it was like a fashion movie, and then it reminded me of American Psycho a lot.
Yeah.
Like the thing that are these killings really happening? And she's completely getting away with it. It's totally like Jason Bateman waking up the next morning from a murder.
Oh, right. Yeah, definitely. Jason Preston sends in a $25 super chat. Thank you so much, Jason. Says, I support you, brother. Keep doing what you're doing. Let's have a good night. And I've seen he also did say he became a Patreon supporter. Thank you so much, Jason. I do greatly appreciate that.
Wow. What a nice guy!
Thank you so much for that. I mean, $25, man. That's very generous. I greatly appreciate that. I really do.
We need to steal some of his fans. I think, K-Log.
I think so too. I could get with that 30-pack of Bud Light and 4 tacos from Jack in the Box.
Right.
For sure. Stop by the dispensary while you're at it.
Yeah. As for me, I really enjoy this movie. I hadn't really been big into horror in a very long time because, I grew up with classic films like the Friday the 13th, the Freddy Krueger films, and also with a lot of those old Cronenberg classics as well. I remember watching Videodrome when I was a kid, and that movie freaked me the hell out, dude. I remember that stuff. There's scenes in that movie I just that will be etched in my memory forever.
Right.
And so
the Fly did that to me. That one really. Yes. I mean, the effects still hold up to this day.
Oh yeah, definitely, because he's very good at that whole creature thing that he does.
Yeah.
And going into this movie, I was like, not really in the horror big time, these days. But I want to support the Soska Sisters and go check this out. It was just down in LA, the premiere. So I was like, all right. And I went and I really enjoyed the film. I really did. Even the first watching, in the first watching there at the theater, I was like, it was pretty good, and couldn't really pick it apart, but it was like, I guess I was kind of where Kermit is right now. Is kind of the first thing, is kind of on a honeymoon with it. And then it came out on digital and I watched it again. I was like, that's better than I remember. Then I've watched it probably like 3, 4, 5, 6 times since then. And each time I watch it, I appreciate it more and more. And I think just like Kermit the Log says, is it gets better as time goes on. Like it all kind of starts. It seems like it starts a little slow. Like it takes a little while to get its footing, but then it does it and it just kind of takes off. And then towards the end, I mean, it just absolutely escalates when the fireworks go off. And I'm like, holy shit. And then it just like calms down through the rest of the film to like some really creepy shit.
Oh yeah. And I love a cryptic dark ending. So, this is great.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, I could get down with the ending. I thought that was clever, with her kind of locked up in that glass cage and, the wife and all that, the whole twist. I thought that was pretty good.
When he dumps the blood on him, that's awesome.
Right.
Yeah.
Hey, how did he get the blood right from there? Was it a bucket or was it like a robot?
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm not sure.
Thunder Snow.
Well, let me tell you the part that threw me out. That got me kind of. All right, I want to give these ladies a lot of credit. I like their vision. I can see them doing great things in the future, but I can also see their where they're still learning. Where they're still kind of picking up on what works, what doesn't. And there's a couple of moments that felt a little cheesy. Where like Santa Claus getting shot up in the hospital and nobody reacts.
I love that.
Everybody just kind of looks at it like it happens every day. And I was just I think people would be screaming right there. But okay, it didn't take me out too much. What took me out is when the giant penis flew out of her armpit.
Yes, okay.
I was out right there. I was like, I started laughing so fucking hard. I was like, did I just see that? And then she cuts it off. And I'm like, oh my God. And I started cringing, man. I was like, oh man, because it looks a lot like mine, except, it's pink. And not blue, but I started thinking about something of mine getting cut off, and that wasn't pleasant. But I don't know. I just didn't understand it. Why does she have a penis in her armpit? They never explained that part.
Yeah, is that a vamp? So she is a vampire, though, right?
Essentially, I guess that's what it would be like. Is what it was. Yeah, so, I kind of really didn't understand the creature itself, other than that thing is very phallic shaped and definitely like
very phallic.
Sucking on blood and shit. And
is that what he was doing?
Yeah, and he likes to bad men.
Yeah, it was pretty crazy. Like I said, like there towards the end, like it starts getting like so freaky and shit. And then at the same time, I was like, I love it for that fact too, because that seems like some Cronenberg kind of shit too. Like where like shit just like gets like crazy. You're just like,
right.
I don't even know.
Yeah, no, it's cool, but at the same time, I wasn't sure if there's a hidden message there. I don't know the Soska Sisters. Are they man haters? Are they all about cutting off penises? Because I was a little weirded out by that.
Hey, I really like them. They're so sexy, bro. When they're doing cocaine in the bathroom, that's a party I want to be at.
I thought of you at that scene.
Yeah, and and I guess kind of like Snow was saying, there are some parts in it that are like like a little like cheesiness, like like when they're there at the nightclub at the first, and she leaves the club all storming off all mad and on her scooter and everything. It seems a little bit cheesy, and it seems a little unlikely, that somebody would be that upset that they would go and like run a stop sign or something like that for that to happen.
Right.
But I guess it's a horror movie, right?
Yeah. Well,
yeah. And she got hotter, which was good because she was kind of ugly at first, but then the news, the stuff that went on her actually fixed her old scars from before the car wreck. So she got like hotter, and I was like, oh wow, she's actually really hot. So I didn't realize there was makeup on her in the beginning. But they were actually putting stuff on her in the beginning there with her scars and everything. So that was a nice twist.
Okay, I put a lot of thought into this part, and I found her the most sexy just after the accident.
Oh yeah.
When she has to put that straw in her mouth, that turned Kermit on.
Oh my God! But there's no room.
She was at that point the most obtainable.
there's no room though. There's just absolutely no room there. None.
Yeah, they said in I after the movie after it premiered at the theater, they had a Q&A that they did after it premiered there, and they were there for about a half hour talking about the film and everything up front. Some of the actors were up there along with the person who did the musical score and even the person who did like some of the music, the actual music in the movie. And the star Laura Vandervoort, she was saying that scene where they did the tube scene where she was feeding herself, that like a lot of that wasn't actually scripted because she was sitting there, they had the prosthetic on her face and they were filming it, and she was having to, she was sitting there like eating liquid, and she started to puke, like she got sick and started to puke, and a lot of that just happened. Like she actually like there's like they just ended up following her.
Did she say anything about
because there was nowhere for the vomit to go?
Well, did she say anything about like some inspiration from Kanye West? Spit through the wire. I don't know.
That's funny, though.
I couldn't help but think of that.
Life imitating art. With that scene with the actor and the director directing the guy as he's eating the people.
Yes. Yeah.
I love that scene too.
Yeah, that stuff was really cool too. And I don't know what it was about that whole scene, because I like that guy who played the director. Even the guy who flipped out, who was the first one infected. Like, I know what you're saying, because like that whole scene, I think around that scene is when the movie was really getting its footing and really starting to take off. Because I remember seeing that scene at the theater, I was like, holy shit. And like, I was like, damn, like, yeah, that was great. That was good stuff.
Hey, you know who else I liked a lot was the boss. The guy was just busting everybody's ass the whole film.
Yeah.
He was crazy. He was weird looking. Now he's been in another one of their movies, I think, because I have American Mary, and I may have another one of theirs. I'm not sure, but I believe they use him quite a bit, don't they?
I'm not for sure on that.
I recognize him. Yeah, I totally recognized him. It's like I know he's been in one of their other movies.
Yeah, I thought he did a pretty good job in that role as like the fashion designer. Like, I bought him as that character.
Oh yeah,
yeah. He plays like a creep or something in one of their other movies, but he really did a great job. Every time he was on screen, I was captivated. They nailed it with him. But the other guy, the love interest dude or whatever, I wasn't too fond. I thought he was kind of weak.
Yeah, I think you're talking about Benjamin Hollingsworth. Yeah, I think of all of them in the movie, I think his was probably, and the thing I was thinking about it at first is like, I was thinking he probably has the weakest performance. But at the same time, as time goes on, I kind of think like, you know what? He's also, as that character, he's in a really awkward position anyway. And and I was thinking about like, how would I act if that was like, if I worked with somebody and like their friend asked me to ask him out, and then we went out to the club and then that happened. Like I would feel a little weirded out by that.
A little bit, but at the same time, he was a little stalkerish too,
Yeah,
but then you kind of find out why later.
Yeah, but his whole demeanor was a little, he was a little weird. He was a little weird.
It was hella funny when he puts the jacket on her penis.
Oh yeah,
when he's trying to dodge the penis.
Oh God, Jesus!
I was like, put some music on.
Oh, for fuck's sake! That was right about the time I cut out for a minute. Like, what the fuck? I had to look at the case again.
Still pick her up. I'd be like, hey, peace out, bitch. Kermit got shit to do.
Yeah.
I was like,
I'm going back in the club.
I had to make sure. I was like, did Trinity send me like some low budget porno? What the fuck am I watching?
Yeah. You know the reason I'm putting that jacket on her? Because it's coming to Bane.
Yeah. Right. And I'm all about wrapping it up, but that was ridiculous.
Oh damn. Yeah, that was pretty funny too, man. And I remember, like the whole thing with like the penis monster thing, that shit cracked me up, man.
Right. So, hey, I think she was a vampire, and then everybody else she bit turned into a zombie, which I thought was a cool premise.
Well, she could suck me anytime. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Did I say that out loud? I did. Shit.
And
My bad.
one of the things I thought was pretty cool, and it's not like I really know about like the fashion world or anything, but it seemed like they kind of caught that essence pretty good through a lot of it. Like some of the behind the scenes stuff, and maybe probably what goes on at an actual fashion place where they're sitting there making a lot of these things that people go out there and spend all kinds of outrageous amounts of money on.
Yeah. And it was it was interesting how they were having them still have the show, even though the outbreak is going on. Another thing, though, I would have really liked, because it was so interesting, and it was cool how they built her problems on a micro level, micro level, but then we saw it on a macro level, what's happening with the entire city. It's like a plague, and she started the plague. But I'd like to see a TV series based on this.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that would be pretty cool.
I think that's where the budget kind of hurt it, because I really felt like they could have really exploited that and really shown some good crowd surge type of scenes.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe if these ladies can get some more money put towards an awesome movie, I believe they can really pull something cool out. Like I said, they got great vision, and like when they were applying her prosthetic thing or whatever, and when they were like putting on the robes and shit. I love those scenes, just the coloring of the robes and the way they were kind of like fast pacing the camera. I pay attention to that kind of stuff. And I was like, this is interesting. Very interesting.
Yeah. The nightmare scene with the nurses and shit, like where they're all, dude.
Yeah.
Like that
stuff.
Shit. Yeah. I'm right there with you. And the girl's sitting there eating like the little bat head or whatever. Like, dude, that whole scene was fucking great. Like I watched like when I think of it, I'm like those are the kind of scenes like I want to see more of that. And I think I think it's kind of like even like Kermit the Log was saying is like and like you're saying is like they're good filmmakers. They have great vision. I seriously think they need the backing of a big company to give them a big budget to make a movie and give them the resources to do something really great, because what they've done so far, like I got Dead Hooker in a Trunk. I've watched it. Obviously, you can tell it's very amateurish. It was the first one they did, self-funded and everything. It was pretty good. I watched it late at night, so I didn't get to finish watching it yet. But then American Mary was another one I thought was really good, and I see just kind of where they've grown from here. Until this movie, and I can see like this one. I think some of those scenes like you're talking about, like through the beginning of it while still trying to get its footing, some of that stuff may have been able to been cut down to be a little bit shorter, because this film, as good as it is, it's a little bit long for everything that's in there. So I think some of it could have maybe been edited out. But at no time did I really feel bored with the story neither.
Right. Yeah. Sorry, go ahead, K-Log.
Oh, I think the film was visually pleasing too. Like whoever their cinematographer was, they set up like really interesting lights and stuff, and it doesn't help to look at beautiful women. Who every scene there are beautiful women.
Right.
Yeah, that was another point I wanted to make is they really know how to show off the ladies. You know what I'm saying? They know just the right type of angles to check out their backsides and when they're walking away. I was seeing a lot of that. So they definitely know, how to accentuate the woman. But that's how it probably should be, with them being ladies and all. And I like their cameo. I love their cameo. That was great.
Yeah.
And I love seeing them throughout that whole night. It's actually daytime at the club, but I think that's on purpose too, But they definitely know how to. They definitely know what sexy women look like.
Yes, definitely. And yeah, and that was and like I said, for me, like the movie is really good, and I think just kind of like you guys are saying too, like there are still parts where you can see that just having, like I said, I think a bigger budget, more something a little more studio. When somebody finally does that, I think somebody's
needs more alcohol in it.
End up with a great film, because like DC, they could sure use a lot of help, with some films. And I know they like a lot of the comic book stuff too. They recently did the Black Widow book for last year, and also the thing is like Marvel Studios even does that as well. They hire a lot of indie directors and things like that. It's like smaller movie directors. So I'm like, one of these days, it's really hard to say, I think, but I think they could do it. Because like I said, I think this movie kind of has a little bit of everything in there, but there are still some parts where it's like, okay, like they're still growing in it though. I think they've really got footing with this movie because of all their films that I've seen, this is definitely the best one.
Okay. I was going to ask you that. What is it worth it watching the other ones?
Well, I liked American Mary. I still think that one's better personally, but I don't know. For some reason, that one just I really got into that main character of that movie. But this one's definitely a real close second as far as the ones I've seen of theirs. I don't think I've seen the very first one, the hooker in a trunk or whatever you said it was.
Yeah, dead hooker in a trunk. Yeah,
I haven't seen that one.
Yeah, American Mary is. I think you're right. I think American Mary might be just a little bit better. I think the only reason it's probably not is because it has you can tell it has a lower budget. Where like just like some of the sound and just some of the things, some of the little consistency things in editing and stuff that aren't as polished as Rabid is. Yeah,
I could. But I could catch it. I could catch it in this one too. So I mean, they've gotten better, obviously. Yeah. But you could tell they're still kind of just honing it in, polishing their craft, so to speak. And when they're in their element, you can definitely tell. And when they're out of their element, you can kind of tell that too. Yeah. But they're getting better. They're getting better. So keep it up, ladies. Keep it up.
Hey, these women kick ass. Great filmmakers for their time, and I can't wait to see what they keep doing forward. Aren't they with Blumhouse?
I believe so. And I noticed that's one of the things that I noticed. They must. I'm not sure if they were coming up with as they were coming up in their films, if they were just like if they knew Eli Roth or whatnot. Because I noticed they're always shouting him out and giving him a bunch of thank yous and things like that. I think one of the movies that they did even said they dedicated it to Eli Roth as well. So he was obviously some sort of an inspiration to them.
Nice.
Well. But
hey, I'd like to do a quick shout out here to the chat.
Yeah.
Fenner Fire, quit finger shaming me. This is my strong hand. Just saying. Yeah. He's down there finger shaming me.
Oh no!
I can't help it. It's my strong hand.
All right, we'll get there. But so what about you? What about you?
Yeah, that's the one.
Any other critiques of the film?
Me or Snow?
You, Kermit.
Oh well, I don't know about critiques. There's just so much I liked. Like, dude, I was like, what the hell is that on the wall? And it's his wife, and she's now a giant. Now she has like 8 penises.
Yes.
Wow.
And he stole the guy's leather jacket.
Yeah, and I was really curious to hear from you because I remember Kermit that you had said that you went to film school there where you're at, and you signed up for the horror class, only to get there your first day of school to figure out that they had renamed it to the women in horror.
Yeah. It was. I signed up for the history of horror, and on day one, when you get the syllabus, the teacher is like, "Hey, some shit came down from a shit rolls downhill, and we got to make this women in horror." So then, the first film we watched was American Psycho, because I think that's written by a woman.
Yes.
But the next one was the Soska Sisters. The second one, American Mary.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but I didn't do my homework. I bullshitted that assignment, and I never really watched the thing. So
nice.
Yeah, and that's why I was curious about. I was curious to how you would feel because I know, I imagine walking in, into class that day, like, oh yeah, man, the horror history of horror class.
Oh man,
and then you get there and like, what?
For sure, and dude.
What
It'd be like a Mexican taking Spanish classes. I'm in a film class. And show me some Freddy, show me some Halloween, Exorcist, whatever. Any of the greats, I'd love to talk about it. And then they're like, they went out of their way to find films that was like terrible ones. The only good ones, we were 17-week class. The only good films I saw was The Babadook, American Psycho, and that might be it.
Man, I didn't even like The Babadook that much. Yeah.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
It was okay.
It's moody. It's okay.
Yeah. So I was kind of curious how you would feel about it because I'm like, man, you probably kind of like going into class after that. You're probably kind of like, man, who are these, man? Like, I don't know, like, one of those kind of
Yeah.
things. Like, oh man.
But I was used to it already
Right.
being at San Francisco State in a film program.
Yeah.
I was like a unicorn.
Right on. Right on. So yeah, like I said, I mean, I think the movie is really good. Definitely one of the better horror films I've seen as of late. Because one of the things, like, it's really more like it's a body horror film for the most part. And it's really just
Right.
more like gore. I like
Yeah.
how they don't use cheap tricks like jump scares and all that bullshit out there.
Right.
That doesn't, like, because it seems like too many movies, like scary movies these days, try to rely on that stuff. And it just
Yeah.
never works. Or
No.
they kind of do gore and stuff in just like a way that's like, yeah, this isn't really.
Well, they hit you with the mental horror because of the whole disfigurement. And it puts you in her shoes, and you think of, oh God, what if something like that happened to me, and my face looked like that. And they did a really good job of showing the struggle that she was going through with her face all wired shut. Lonely Man, he was asking how the cinematography is.
Yeah.
It's really good. I kind of touched on that earlier. It's really good when they're in their element, and you could tell. You could tell when they really love their scene, and they know they got what they wanted out of it. You could tell they nailed it, and then also you can kind of tell sometimes when they're not in their element. So it really depended on the scene for me.
Yeah, I have to agree there because, like you're saying, like when it comes to some of those horror elements, they were really great, just great, phenomenal stuff. But then, like the scenes at the club where like she's sitting there flirting with the guy who asked her out, the photographer.
Right.
They're sitting there, like those scenes just didn't seem too natural, and I think that's more on the actor that was in that position there as well.
I think that was intentional.
Those didn't seem as well shot or anything neither.
Right.
I thought that was well intentional, and I liked it. So, but hey, she reminded me. They did such a good job of making you care about her and feeling such empathy for this woman, right?
Right.
And even though she becomes a vampire, it totally reminded me of what's her name is Catwoman in Batman Returns, Michelle Pfeiffer.
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Good point. She's getting disrespected by everybody at her work. Her life sucks. She's lonely.
Yeah, that's a great comparison. Yeah, that's a great comparison, K-Log, actually. That's very good comparison as far as the beginning of the movie and kind of her struggle before she kind of becomes a superhero, so to speak, except she's a super monster.
Yeah, right.
What'd you guys think of the reveal of what she was drinking? I knew that shit was blood the minute he handed it to her. Did you guys know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it kind of see because that doctor, that guy that got to play him, Ted Atherton, he played the perfect role in there as that doctor because he seemed like a complete like slime bag from the get-go.
Yeah. Yeah.
I thought he seemed like a nice guy.
Yeah, I knew for sure he was handing her bottles of blood to drink. I just knew it. They're all bright red. I was like, okay, that's a dead giveaway. Come on.
Yeah, right.
Like, somebody talk to this dumb bitch. Why is she drinking blood for?
Right.
Yeah.
He's all, you might need these from time to time if your stomach feels upset. And we're like, yeah, okay. There's a clue.
And that scene where she figures out she wants the blood and she rips open that steak and she like starts licking it and then she starts drinking the blood out of the pack. Like that's stuff right there. Like that literally makes me want to vomit even thinking about that.
I do that every Saturday night before I barbecue.
You're so American.
Well,
yeah, right.
I like my fucking. I like to hear that motherfucker moo before I stick a fork in it. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, Terrazon in the chat. Hail Terrazon. She says the blood. Terrifier. The blood in Terrifier is great. And I was going to ask you, have you seen the movie The Terrifier, Trinity?
I don't think I have.
Oh, bro, I wish we could talk about that one. I just recently saw that film, and it came out in 2017, and it's a slasher film, and it feels like an 80s film about Art the Clown, he's a psycho-ass clown with guns and knives, and he's creepy as F.
Okay, I'll have to check that out. Maybe I'll see if I can check that out, and we can come together and talk about that one soon.
Yeah. It's on Netflix,
yeah,
guys.
sure.
Everybody in the chat, you should totally check it out.
Okay.
I was blown away by how much I like this film.
All right.
And that film has what I need in my horror films, which is titties.
Oh, well,
titties.
Yeah.
Amen.
They didn't go all the way in this one, but they at least let us see, hot women.
Yeah, and I was going to say, in the
about.
original, you got to see titties.
And titties are the cornerstone of every good horror movie.
Yes, definitely.
All right.
Now there was one of the cameos in the film. Really, the only guy that I really recognized, other than the main star. And man, I can't remember Stephen McHattie.
CM Punk.
Yeah, I was gonna say CM Punk was in there as well, but Stephen McHattie, who played the doctor when she first was in the hospital and woke up out of her coma, and they handed her the mirror.
Yeah, he was funny.
Yeah.
I recognized him too.
Yeah, I remember when I first seen it, I was like, dude, like I recognize this guy. What do I recognize him from? And then I came home and looked him up, and I'm like, dude, this dude, he's in like everything.
Yeah, he plays a bad guy a lot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Hey.
But I thought his little cameo role was pretty funny coming in. He's like, oh yeah, hand her the mirror. She looks in the mirror, like, oh yeah, I suggest not looking in mirrors.
Yeah.
he was the most I don't give a fuck doctor. Yeah, that was great.
He's like talking to her with the cigarette hanging off his lip.
Pretty much.
Yeah, I thought that shit was hilarious.
You might as well have told her right then and there. Yeah, by the way, nobody will ever fuck you again. Oh, sorry. We just demonetized Trinity Stream, K-Log.
Well, I was thinking he's probably telling her maybe it's time to learn some recipes.
Nice. Good point.
Go make some sandwiches, huh?
Hey,
well, yeah.
Can you guys explain to me what the ending is? So she's a vampire, she's immortal, but was his whole goal just to keep a vampire trapped in his room? I mean, what is it?
Yeah, that dude is a freak. That's all I know, man. He's got penises living in jars. He's got his wife slapped to a wall with a bunch of penises sticking out of her.
Right. I think there's a penis fetish involved for sure.
Hey, bro, if a penis came out of one of those little doggies at the end, I would have been pissed.
Right.
All right.
Right.
Oh.
I still can't get over the fact that she cut it off. I almost called her Lorena Bobbitt right then and there. I was just like, oh, right. As soon as it comes out your armpit, you start sawing on it. I see how it is. Man hater.
And the guy, he's like, what's this? What is this? Dude, you don't know what blood is, and you've seen a vampire and shit, like, come on.
Right. At this point in the movie, he shouldn't be surprised by anything, I would think.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was looking like Skeletor just a couple weeks ago.
He's like, yeah, just go into that red room. Just keep walking.
Right. Yeah, a week ago she was Skeletor, and this week she's a supermodel. That just doesn't add up.
Yeah.
Right.
Definitely.
Exactly.
Oh man, that's funny. Terrifier, notably good, have been sick. Okay, yeah. I have to go watch Terrifier. It seems like everybo's seen this but me.
I haven't seen it yet either. I'll check it out though.
Okay.
I've heard about the titties.
Oh yeah,
I have heard about the titties.
Definitely talk about it, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. One of these comic books I was reading recently, it got some titties in it.
Hey now.
Yeah, I heard you saying that.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good comic.
Yeah. You can never say no to that. You know what I'm saying? Like, hell yeah.
I try not to say no to titties just as a general rule.
Yeah. Totally.
Right.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Unless it's man boobs, I've seen some.
That's not titties. No, that's something else.
Believe me, I've seen some dudes with some bigger titties than some women. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. Okay, let's put it this way. I like non-hairy titties.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yes. Oh man.
But I don't discriminate. So let's just put that out there.
Yes, definitely.
Carazon says everybody's ears perk up for titties.
Yes.
Oh yeah, the chat went wild as soon as we started dropping titties.
I know. Yeah, it did too.
Right.
Like it lit up.
Don't say fucking titties in the same sentence.
Like let's see them. Like put them on your computer screen.
Right.
Yeah. Or as Mix-a-Lot would say, put them on the glass.
Exactly. If me and Trinity shaved our heads and got in a car and that was a convertible, when we put the top back, would it be called bringing your titties out?
Be like that.
I think so.
Like two bald heads,
Yeah.
I don't know.
Oh damn. So what do you guys got coming up? I know you guys have been doing those rewatches of the Ash versus the Evil Dead, and I got this comic book this week. This the Death to the Army of Darkness. You know what I mean?
Nice. Oh, okay. Well, I guess he isn't that interested, K-Log. But I'm definitely interested.
Welcome to the Rabid and Bigot Show.
Yeah, I'm your host, Joey. This is my co-host. Oh, he's back. Never mind.
I must have got a little too excited and hit the wrong button. But yeah, here right here. This Death to the Army of Darkness.
That looks awesome.
Could be good.
I was gonna say, I know last year they did a little mini series called, I think it was Bubba Hotep I think it was Bubba Hotep and Army of Darkness or something like that, or Army of Darkness and Bubba Hotep. But it was a pretty good one. Like, I liked the art in it. It was pretty funny. Like, when I started reading the book, it really like brought me into it. Like, I really felt like, oh, like this is Ash and this is the Bubba Hotep character. Like, I was like, this is really it. And then I started reading this one. I haven't got all the way through it, but like it was a little bit different. It wasn't written quite the same. I'm like, this doesn't quite feel like Ash yet. I'm not sure if it's got the same writer or not. But I don't know. As I went on through the book, it got a little bit better. But at the first, it seemed a little too dry.
Yeah, that chin doesn't seem quite right either. I could have swore it was a lot more, I don't know, protruding and manly, but I could be wrong.
Yeah, but honestly, when you said protruding, I thought of the penis monster we just watched.
Yeah, as I said, that's just the cover here. But then like you get here into the book, and you see him and. His look is, I mean, he doesn't look quite as Bruce Campbell-ish there, you know?
Right.
He doesn't have that chin that could kill.
No. He looks like feminine.
Yeah. But
yeah, he needs to have a lot more women on his arm too. Ash is quite the womanizer.
Yeah, I was gonna say he was actually doing his laundry in the laundromat. And had a chick he had his eye on, and then some dude came in cock blocking. And
no, but that's bullshit. No, that's not right.
And that's pretty much what he told him. He told him too. He let him know.
Yeah, I'm Ash. Exactly. That's all it should take. Yeah.
Yeah, and I was gonna say that was the part where it started to kind of pick up, and he started becoming more the character. Because before that, it's kind of like I don't feel like they quite nailed it here. So I don't know. I guess I'll see how this is by the time we get there. But so how's the rewatch going of the series anyway? I fell a couple episodes behind, and man, now
we're almost to the end of season 1. I think we got like 3 episodes left. Basically, where they go down to the cabin and have a big showdown again.
Yeah.
We've been doing it every Thursday night, just switching channels between me and K-Log and Megs. Just having a lot of fun, just rewatching it, getting groovy, and I always tag Bruce Campbell to it, and just kind of hoping on a prayer and a whim that he might just show up in the chat one night.
I know, wouldn't that be awesome?
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Very groovy.
Oh yeah. And huh?
Oh, I was gonna say, you got anything to add to that, K-Log, or?
To be honest with you, I did smoke weed before this event, and I totally forgot what we're talking about.
Ash versus Evil Dead, and when we watch it.
Oh yeah, well, I mean, it's pretty good so far. We got 3 episodes left, like he said. Dude, I've been like me and Ben from Fanatics of Film, we've been reviewing every episode of the Clone Wars. So in like the last 5 weeks, I watched maybe like 115 episodes, and we did a review for like every 6 episodes.
Yeah, I was gonna say I've seen you've been pretty busy with him over there doing a lot of those rewatches and everything. Were you guys gearing up for this new season that just dropped?
Yeah, well, we watched it after I did the Evil Dead review last night. We did a review of season 6, and then we watched season 7, episode 1, and then did a review of it till like 3 a.m.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say,
oh my god,
I was drinking.
Yeah, I was gonna say honestly, I thought I saw it in there, but to be honest, like. I woke up this morning and I knew that's how it was going to be. Just wait till Captain America starts or the Falcon Winter Soldier starts, man.
Right.
For sure.
Like I woke up this morning and my whole fucking news feed was all, reaction to, Star Wars, Clone Wars, reaction, watch along, reaction, this and that and this, like fucking like the shit just went on. I just like I just fucking scroll. I scrolled past all them motherfuckers, man. I was like,
Not me. all I kept seeing was stupid Ruby Rose in her new Batman suit.
Oh no.
What was that all about? And then it shows her riding the bike, and then it slips and falls. And I'm like, oh boy, this new Batman does not look good. Not at all.
Fucking Ruby Rose, man. Oh,
Sorry, I stole K-Log's joke right there. That's what great comedians do, though. They steal from each other.
Oh shit! Fucking Ruby Rose, man.
Sorry, Log. Didn't mean to steal your material. I didn't realize it hit that well.
Oh fuck, that was funny, dude. Yeah,
I can't take the credit. That was K-Log's joke. I stole it.
I seen she crashed her bike.
That part was mine. That part was definitely mine.
Oh shit!
Yeah, fuck Batman. I ain't watching it. I ain't watching it.
Man, I was betrayed.
Looks terrible.
Batman has AIDS.
I am so over it. How many Batman movies is this now? 10? Jesus. Can we get somebody else? Deathstroke? Somebody. Something different, man.
Dude, I'm all for Batman. I can never have enough Batman.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. I think that's really what they were missing when they were doing like the whole Snyderverse thing, was a good fucking Batman movie. I mean, we needed a good Batfleck movie. We really did.
Yeah. Yeah.
I liked his.
As soon as I start getting used to a Batman, they switch it up.
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Well, then maybe this guy's the guy because he's young, but I don't think so. But he sparkles in the sunlight.
Yeah, I'm hoping he does a good job. I mean, I'm gonna keep my hopes high for him. I'm gonna have, I'm gonna keep my expectations high, but I'm not gonna put them too high because I don't want to be disappointed. But
I just want to mention here. Actually, I can't knock this guy too much. What's his name? Patterson. I watched The Lighthouse with him and Defoe.
Oh, yeah.
And it's this black and white. It's a horror flick. It's kind of like a thriller type thing. And it was really fucking good. I mean, really fucking good. So if you haven't seen that Lighthouse, check it out. I mean, Defoe is just amazing, as he usually is. That guy just nails it every time.
Yeah.
But Patterson, he shocked me. He shocked me at how good he was. So that actually gave me a little bit of hope for the movie going forward, because that was pretty recent. That just came out. Good acting chops.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think I've heard just about everybody say that that movie, The Lighthouse, is pretty good, and it's made me want to see it, and I'm really curious to see that Tenet coming out. The new Christopher Nolan flick.
Yeah, that looks good. That definitely looks good. I like everything Christopher Nolan, but you sold me Snow on that film. Yeah,
check it out. It'll give you a different look at Patterson as far as like his acting ability. It's not an action movie by any means, so you can't get that aspect of it at all. But as far as like, how he's going to play Bruce Wayne or whatever, he definitely has the charisma to be able to pull something like that off, I think. But I'm a little worried for the action scenes. I'm a little worried.
Yeah.
Bane's gonna snap that motherfucker, you know what I'm saying? Like a toothpick.
Dude, he has a female stunt actor.
Right.
Does he?
No, I don't know. That's
I thought you were being serious, dude. At this point, dude, I'm sitting like, oh shit, man.
You've been watching us how long, Trinity? You fell for that?
Gina Carano's gonna come in. She's the stunt double.
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
No. Not that garbage bag full of refund beans.
I mean, you have to get two different bat suits entirely. That doesn't make any sense.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. Triple X. Okay. First of all, I would totally still ban Gina Carano. Okay. But I'm not, she's really fat right now.
Well, compared to her fighting weight, she is, yeah. But
yeah,
I like them kind of thick, Kerm. A little extra meat on the bones is okay. Yeah.
I'm a man of many tastes.
Sure,
dude.
We don't discriminate here.
She just totally knocks out the Mandalorian.
Yeah.
Well, she's got big boobs. You swing them right and knock a grown man down.
Yeah, and let her knock me out.
Right, anytime. Anytime.
Oh man. Oh man. I think I'm finally
All right.
recovering from that little chuckle fest. That was pretty good. That's pretty good. Fucking Batwoman, man. That's just funny.
That's what we do. It's ma'am. It's Batman.
I'm about to watch that new show on Amazon Prime with Al Pacino, directed by Jordan Peele.
Is that the Nazi killer one?
Yeah.
Ooh, which one is that?
Let me know how it is.
It's a new show on Amazon Prime with Al Pacino in it, and then they're killing Nazis in like the 60s.
Yeah, Al Pacino tracks down a bunch of Trump supporters.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Just kidding. Just kidding. Just kidding. That'd be Robert De Niro. Wrong one.
Hunters.
Yeah.
Did you guys watch Narcos?
No. I haven't seen it.
I liked the first 3 seasons, and then they went from the first 3 seasons were about Colombia, and then they went to Narcos Mexico. And the guy who's running, basically the guy who's like the kingpin of Mexico for the first 2 seasons is Gabriel Luna.
Oh, okay.
And I just think he's way too feminine to be this gangster in Mexico in the 80s.
Oh, is he? Damn.
You guys haven't seen it. I'm just ranting.
Oh. Well, I did watch a movie a couple days ago with the Snow Kid. I hadn't watched it yet. It was that new Transformers, the Bumblebee movie.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't watched it yet. Fuck, I loved it. I really did. I cried like a little bitch. I mean, I don't know if it was the Corvette, and my old man owned a Corvette. I don't know. It hit me in the feels a couple times, but I really enjoyed that Transformers movie. I think it's the best one since the original first one with Megan Fox. You know, I still can't get over Megan Fox in that first one. There ain't no topping that. But yeah, Bumblebee was pretty good. It was actually pretty good. I hope they make another one.
I haven't seen it, but my kids they watched it a couple times because with their cousins and stuff. But what I seen of it, I was actually quite surprised at how good it was.
Yeah, it was a good story. I didn't really like the little girl in it at first, but as the story progressed, she grew on me. She did. So yeah, it was good. So thumbs up for the latest Star Wars shit. Oh, my bad.
Busted.
Didn't mean to drop that.
Shill alarm at.
Oh.
I'm fucking. You know what? I'm fucking calling the president for that shit. I seen you on his stream last night.
Yeah, you call him up. You want him know.
I'm telling the president that shit, man.
West Coast. For life. That's right, Tara. West Coast. Right, K-Log?
Yes.
West Coast is the best coast.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
No, that was badass last night with Abu Nas. We went ham, man. I'm back and forth, busting flows.
That was good, man. Yeah, that was good.
Yeah,
I think I missed like about the first 20 minutes of it or so, but yeah, man, good time, man.
Well, that's because he didn't. He put it unlisted, and Drunk 3PO calls us in the middle of the stream, and he's like, "Yo, Abu Nas, you're not listed, bro. Nobody can see your stream." And I'm sitting there looking at the chat, and there's 2 people in it, like Wookiee and Senate, and I'm like, "Where's all our fans, man?" I figured a lot of people would want to see this, and so Abu had to make it unlisted and live, and then everybody showed up, there's some difficulties going on. Yeah, we figured it out.
Yeah, I was gonna say it happens. It happens.
Yeah.
Believe me, I've had a whole bunch of shit go wrong while I've been on a live stream before. So
I think I've been on one where shit's gone wrong, actually.
Oh yeah.
Whenever something goes wrong, I try to pretend like it's not me. Like if I got my sound wrong, I pretend like it wasn't me, and I just try to reach for the button.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, I caught you doing it.
Yeah, blame it on somebody else, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. Always
deny it. Too. Yeah. We always do it.
Deny it.
It's almost like a I don't know, like kind of a way to start the streams now, And we always have one of our phones going. And so every time we start a stream of the Ribbit Bigot Show, it's Megs, Kermit, me, sometimes all 3 of us. We'll have our phone going in the background. And there's that echo.
Right? Yeah. I know how. Yeah, it's funny how that is because I do that shit too. Sometimes I'm like, oh man, I was gonna say I've had that happen on streams and shit too, man. Like that's the beauty of live streaming, I guess, and us not having, us just being regular people, not having a whole fucking production crew and everything behind it. Because if I did, shit would be top notch.
Right.
We'd have people with cameras in your house right now, all fucking having you mic'd up and shit.
Yeah.
Right.
We'd have some fine looking women serving me grapes.
Yes. We'd do all that.
Are you and Lonely Banter talking about some kind of gay romantic comedy? What are you guys talking about, K-Log?
We're talking about Narcos.
Oh, I see some gay stuff in the chat, and I'm like, what's this all about?
Dude, yeah, we're talking about Narcos, okay? And it's this one scene where, like, this head cartel guy, he's head of the cartels, and he comes out as gay, and he makes out with his boyfriend on the dance floor, and they start dancing in 1980s Mexico in front of all the other cartel members. And I'm like, no fucking way.
They didn't shoot him on the spot?
So cringe.
They would have shot him on the spot.
That, like, gangsters in Mexico in 1980 wouldn't be cool with that?
Yeah, they would have been dead immediately. Yep. They would have killed their buzz, man. You know?
I think I'm killing Trinity Stream here is what I think I'm killing.
Well, the ads are gone, and at least people, when they click on it, they can go right to the stream now.
Hey, at least they can't take back the $25.
Are the ads really gone? I don't know. Let's see.
No, I'm fucking with you. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. We're about to find out.
I don't know. Is there like a F-bomb quota that you have to hit before they take them off?
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's like a rated R thing or like, I don't know.
Well, can you even say the T word?
Which one?
Oh, you know which one.
Oh, yeah.
Get or check.
I honestly don't know. I'm not
It's
sure.
trans-specious, right? Or what was it in the film? It was trans something.
Just say Jen or chick.
No, in Rabid, it's trans something.
Oh, yeah. Transitional.
Trans Am.
I don't remember.
Transamerica.
Planes, trains, and automobiles.
Translicious.
Titties. How do we get back to titties?
Where?
Is James behind on the chat here or something?
Now the circle jerk is complete.
No ads, but go to the video and see.
I still got a half a chub.
Whoa.
Let's finish me off before you start saying that. Jeez.
Oh, damn. So what do you got? What you got getting ready to come up, Snowdub? Anything on the horizon?
Oh yeah. Actually, I've been working on a video. I'm trying to actually put a little more effort into this one because it's a really important video that means a lot to me. K-Log knows what it's about, but I've been kind of keeping quiet about it under wraps. And crazy enough, nobody's really popped this story yet, and it's kind of been under the radar. But I'm about to rip the lid off this sucker and expose it for what it is. And I can't wait, man. And I hope everybody tunes in, checks it out. I'm going to try to get it done this weekend for you. So just keep an eye on my channel. Got a brand new video coming at you. It's going to be great. I'll give you a little hint right here, exclusive on Trinity's channel here, just for you guys in the chat tonight. It's horror movie related. So since we're kind of talking about horror movies right now, and it has to do with a very amazing horror movie that I put on a very high pinnacle that is about to get remade, rebooted, and well, let's just leave it at that. But make sure you tune in this weekend. Check that video out. Let me know what you think about it, and let me know what you think about this remake because I'm kind of scared. I ain't gonna lie. I don't like it when they mess with our favorite movies, man.
I hear you.
Yeah.
And what about you, Kermit? What you got getting ready to come up?
Oh man, I got the next PMS show number 10 coming out most likely Sunday. 10 jokes for the PMS show number 10, and it's gonna be rude and nude.
Nice.
Also, I got one more show coming out this week called Screenwriting with Dummies, where I teach people, or Bert does, how to teach people how to write screenplays with me.
Nice. Yeah, and it's funny. I actually just seen that show up in my my news feed, and I think I seen Jolly actually shared it as well on Twitter. I think maybe I was like, man, I need to go back and watch that because something I've been kicking around. I've been kicking around this idea, and I'm sure screenwriting would somewhat play into what I want to do. But I've been kicking around the idea of making a comic book.
I think that would be around the same process almost, and I think you'd be great at that, dude. You should really push forward with that, Trinity.
Do you draw?
I was thinking like I would draw some shit and I'd write something, and I don't know. It'd probably
hire somebody to draw it too after you draw it.
Huh?
You know what's crazy is I actually have a comic book that I started and I just never finished it. I wonder if I should bring it out and try to put like, some kind of CG spin on it or something. You know what I mean? Try to get involved. And it's been so long. I never thought it'd be a realization until I started hanging out with cool people like Trinity and people from War Campaign. Now it's got my wheels turning, man. Like maybe I can actually do this.
Right.
This is awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you both should. I think, yeah, dude. You guys should do like some type of competitive thing to push each other.
Yeah.
Oh, I do that anyway every time I pull my pants down, K-Log.
Yeah.
No.
What you got going on, Trinity?
Nothing. Well, this weekend, normally I do a comic book show with a couple friends tomorrow, but we're getting ready to go to Universal Studios tomorrow for my daughter's birthday. So
nice.
I've got some a whole bunch of comic book reviews I've got to get shot. I've actually got one I've been meaning to get shot for a book that's getting ready to come out next month that I want people to go check out. It's more aimed at younger readers, but it's a book that's a lot like. Have you seen the movie? Oh man, The Last Starfighter.
Yes, love that movie.
It's somewhat like that. It's a little bit like that about this kid who. It takes place kind of back in the 80s. This kid goes and plays this arcade game, and on his first try, he ends up beating this game that nobody else has been able to beat. And of course, it triggers something, in the intergalactic, somewhere. So somebody recognizes it and basically comes after him, and he's basically forbidden to play video games. His father doesn't want him to play video games, and makes me think maybe his father knows something. But
interesting.
That sounds cool.
But, yeah, The Last Starfighter was a great movie. It came out in the 80s. It was a little low budget when you go back and watch it now, but it had a great premise, and
it did.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking out if you've never seen it.
Yeah, that's one I definitely haven't seen in a long time. And I grew up, man. When I was growing up, I think we must have had it on VHS, like recorded or something, because I remember watching that quite a bit when I was growing up.
Yeah, it's early 80s, definitely. Early 80s. The Goonies age.
Yeah. Yep.
Can we give a big hail to the president, Abu Nas? Hail Abu Nas!
El Presidente. Es mi hermano.
Yeah.
That's brothers in Spanish, if you didn't know. Yeah.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, you know what? He must have heard us talking about him and you guys is freestyling last night.
No, it's because I accidentally said something positive about Star Wars and everybody freaked out.
Oh,
like, we're gonna go tell Abu Nas on you, Jolly. We're gonna go tell Abu Nas on you. Well, here's the facts, folks. We love prequels and we still love the originals. I didn't say shit about them sequels. So fact check me now.
No, we got it on video, bro. We got you.
I'm gonna buy it.
We'll see about that.
The Rise of Skywalker, guys.
You rewind that shit.
Alarm, it came running. And it's like, what? What the fuck did Snowdub say?
Right? Thanks for tuning in, Abu. I'm sure it's past his bedtime, but much love. And we had a great time last night. If you want to check out a great stream, me and Abu busting raps, go to his channel, check it out. It was just last night that we did that. Yeah, that's great.
Yeah, it was a lot of good vibes and good conversation you guys had. I really liked how you guys are from two different, you guys are different, not different worlds, but you got different opinions on stuff, and you guys just talk like grown men.
Yep. Yeah, we're friends. We're really good friends. We understand that we believe in different things, and politically and religiously, and we can look past that and understand that we have, a stronger connection through music and our love of Star Wars, and just being fun personalities that make each other laugh. And that's what a lot of people don't understand. You can't base people off of just one thing. It'd be like, oh, he likes Trump, so fuck him, I can't talk to him. Or oh, he likes Clinton, so or Bernie or whatever, and I can't talk to him. That's bullshit. It's bullshit. You should be able to talk to anybody.
Let me stop you there with Bernie, man. But yeah.
You're gonna piss Abu off now.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a good stream, man. Yeah, Abu Nas is a great dude, man. And both of you guys, actually, all of you guys, even Kermit the Log. Yeah, I mean,
I'm a great guy,
man. You know what? Since I've started this whole YouTube thing, man, like I've been nothing but surrounded by great fucking people, And I think that's something that's kind of been a common thread throughout my whole life is I've been lucky and blessed to be around so many people. And believe me, when I say blessed, I'm not like I'm not a believer. I'm not a God-fearing man or anything. So when I say it, like, I mean it like in the truest form of the word, man. Like really fortunate to come across so many great people.
I'll never forget that day I was watching Drunk 3PO's stream. You were on it. It was the council. And you mentioned something about, oh, nobody ever wants to stream with me. And you were kind of joking, but you were kind of being serious. And I remember I jumped in the chat right then and there. I was like, yo, Trinity, come on to the Ribbit and Bigot show, and I think you came on that very next week. And this is back when you only had like 400 subs, I think. And look at you now, you big timer. Look at you now.
I know, man.
Right.
It's been crazy. It's been a crazy journey.
Yeah. No, you're doing great, man. You're on a snowball, so to speak.
And now, I guess now the only thing I have to do is now I have to get some of the comic book YouTubers to come chat with me. It seems like they're all like, yeah, fuck that dude. That dude's motherfucking crazy.
Well, you are like the father figure the Phantom Menace needs.
True.
I do my best, man. I do my best. That's all I can do.
Goodpeople.com.
Fairandbalanced.com.
No hair imbalanced. No hair imbalanced.
Yeah.
Right.
Ooh, like Terrazon says, best network on the web right here.
Hell.
Definitely.
Hey, Terrazon is awesome. Yeah, she's quickly becoming one of my number ones. She's really been helping us out a lot with the Twitter sphere and hopping on streams with us, and just a great supporter. And much love to Tara. Yep.
I need to get her on. I need to get her on one of my streams one of these days. Maybe next weekend. I was actually going to reach out to Abu Nas and see if he wanted to come on one as well. Talk to him a little bit. And one I've really been wanting to get to is, like, I'm sure dude would be like, who the fuck are you, dude? Is I really want to get Ethan Van Sciver onto the channel one of these days. Just to kind of talk to him about just like comic books, the comic book industry, like that.
Talk to Red Gaze. Gaze has his attention a little bit. He might be able to help you out with that.
Yeah. And that's another one. That's another guy I need to bring on here too. Red Gaze. Yep. I would actually like to bring on. I need to get Angus on here sometime as well. I know he's. I was talking to him the other day. Asked him how he's kind of doing. Seems like he's not.
He's in a little bit of a rut.
Yeah,
he'll be back.
Right now. I'm like, man, that sucks, man, because we've all been there, man. So like, if anybody out there is watching right now knows Black Angus reviews, go check him out on Twitter. Go say hi, tell him what's up, man. He's a good dude, man. I think he's one of those dudes that kind of gets he's been hung out to dry sometimes, it seems like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
He
gets a bad rep.
A lot of people. But
he gets a bad rep because he's opinionated. He's opinionated.
Yeah. I was gonna say, and at the same time, I'll say he brings it on himself too, but he's a good dude though. He is a good dude.
Angus is my friend.
Yes, definitely.
Yep.
But so are you, Trinity. Most of you guys in the chat, well, probably 1/3 of you are my friend too.
Yeah. Well, what the hell am I? Chopped liver?
You're my friends now.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Definitely. Yeah, I don't know about getting down. I don't get bad days. I give them. You know what I'm saying?
Fuck yeah.
Hell yeah.
That's right.
Oh, LB, love for a lonely man. LB, we got much love for the lonely man.
Man, oh yeah.
This is the circle jerk stream.
Yeah. Well, and the lonely banter has been here, has been on my streams almost as much as I have.
I do feel sorry for the lonely man because he never gets to have a circle jerk.
I know.
Yeah.
You know what? I bet you if he would just move out west, we could all circle jerk.
Yeah, we could work him in there. Yeah.
Cox across America.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. Yep. We need a cop connection. Cotton cop connection or something like that.
Hey, yeah. That could have been the name of the movie tonight with that monsters.
Ain't that the truth?
The penis.
There's definitely some connection going
on. And here Tara nails it too. She says, LB, you are my favorite opinionated lonely man. Absolutely.
Hey, good night, Albinos. Thanks for popping in.
Hey, the guy in the chat, Mike Dixie wrecked. He says Bukkake, right? Okay. Now, that's the funniest line in the film. Was like when the model is getting she comes in after she got bit. one of the bitchy girls goes, "It looks like she just had a bukkake."
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
like,
Well,
"Man,
there's a couple good jabs.
filmmakers, they're funny,
Yeah.
cool women."
I was actually during that whole scene, I was actually sitting there looking for you, Kermit. I was sitting there looking for you because I figured where there was some lines of coke to be done. I figured,
Yeah, like, that's my type of party, pal.
hell yeah, hell
Yeah,
yeah.
no, Kermit would be where the rails are at. They were just doing little spoonfuls.
Yeah, like, give me a spoon. I'm shoving all of this up my ass.
Exactly.
Kermit be doing fatter rails than Tony Hawk.
Exactly. Yeah. You'd be doing more rails than the fucking Asian fucking railway system.
Wow, yeah, that's bad.
Oh damn! All right, good stuff, man. Well,
For
anyway,
sure.
I think we've been going for about an hour here. I want to try to get in a little bit early tonight so I can finish reading this Army of Darkness comic book and then get ready to go out to Universal tomorrow for my daughter's birthday and have a good time. Maybe I'll do live streams for y'all to check out or something.
Yeah. Hey, give us some live footage from Universal. That'd be dope.
Yeah, for sure.
Hey, Trinity, if you're free next Thursday, come on the Ash vs. Evil Dead with us.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I was gonna say, yeah, if I'm not busy next Thursday, for sure, I'll make sure I do that. I'll have to get caught up.
Going forward.
Caught up.
Cool.
Yep. And we got the Ribbit and Bigot show tomorrow night, so you're always welcome to come hang out with us there too if you're feeling up to it. I know it's a past bedtime for a lot of people out there, but it's definitely worth staying up for. So come hang out with us tomorrow night, Ribbit and Bigot show, and I'm hosting this week, so it'll be on my channel.
Nice.
Trinity in California with me.
Yeah, 9 p.m. West Coast, right, K-Log?
West Coast.
Yeah.
Yep.
The best coast.
The best coast, baby.
Yeah.
Hell.
But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here. Everybody out there, if you are here, thank you so much for being here. Make sure that you give this video a like on your way out. And, check out the links down in the description. There's links down there where you can go get subscribed to Kermit the Log, Snow Dub.
Hell.
You can check out the link to the video where I'm giving away a copy of the Soska Sisters Black Widow's No Restraints play. So make sure you guys go check it out. You all have a very good night, and we'll see you all in the next video.
Tuck and roll.